Good morning. It is Wednesday, May 21st. This is the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly. It's Kyle Mountsier. Today we're talking about Toyota's new OS in a RAV4. Could it actually be good? I don't know. Also going to talk about Tesla versus Waymo and why Home Depot isn't raising their prices when Walmart is.
So wild.
Little retail. It's a wild world out here.
The retail world is just lopsided, upside down.
We're just doing things now.
You're paying $13 without delivery for a Chipotle. You know, I can't even handle it.
We were at a SodaCon last week, so this is a fun little moment that probably didn't see the light of day to the people it mattered to. One of our industry partners was mentioning that they love Diet Coke, and Live Casino Hotel is a Pepsi venue, so there's no Diet Coke. Sad. Somebody overheard it. Immediately, there was Diet Coke DoorDashed, a 6-pack of Diet Coke DoorDash to be hand delivered to the booth. Right, I loved it. It was just so random, but like somebody in the team overheard it, passed it on to somebody else on the team. Before you know it, there's Diet Coke, and we were in the meeting debriefing, and somebody brought that up the next morning. I was like, man, I can't think of a better way to spend $10. They were like, it was more like $20.
It's like, how did that even happen?
I don't DoorDash. I mean, it's still worth every penny. It would have been worth
every penny. But yeah, no, DoorDash. You know, it's like $7.35 for a chicken burrito. Just kidding, $13.65. Just kidding, plus delivery $3. Just plus kidding, tip. You need to add a tip. Oh, now I've got a $25 burrito. You know,
but the point is, you have a burrito.
But I have a burrito.
don't be too jealous of my More Than Cars hat, everybody. Kyle is, because
I'm so jealous.
Big head. We're gonna get special ones for our large brain folks who just can't fit in these normal size More Than Cars hats.
Thank you for calling it my brain, not my just big old head.
It's your brain. You got to fit that big brain somewhere. So we're gonna get these on the shop soon. Some of these hats sold right out, but we have some with ropes. We have a whole bunch of stuff. And we're just talking like this is More Than Cars is truly a lifestyle brand. Like people live and embody this. More to come. So much more to come. Speaking of things to come, we have a webinar. We're back in the saddle. These DeSoto Edge webinars are just lined up for the rest of the year. People love these. They're just very effective. This next one is going to be super fun. Driving performance with high octane data. Company has a lot of data and on every transaction. Stone Eagle, our new friend Cindy Allen, so much fun to be with her. Go to asotu.com, sign up for the webinar. You know how it works. Please be with us live.
I got a preview of some of the data that we're going to be going through in that, and you're not going to want to miss it.
Showstopper?
Yeah, showstopper.
We've been doing a lot of that.
Speaking of a showstopper.
Stop. Segue. All right. Coming in hot, Toyota's 6th generation RAV4 Hybrid isn't just sleeker, it's also smarter. The first model to feature the all-new Arene operating system. That's Arene. The global bestseller is now a test bed for this software-first future. Arene is built by Woven by Toyota. So Woven by Toyota is like a thing. What is that?
It's
their
like
first in-house software. Okay, they branded their in-house software arm, and has 3 core components: Arene SDK to build apps and features, Arene Tools to virtually test them, and Arene Data to collect and use real-world driver feedback. Wow, they really got that organized. In practice, it means Toyota can push over-the-air updates to improve safety systems like Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 based on global user data, often updating every few weeks or months, mirroring how smartphone OS updates roll out. Sounds like it's about time. SDK powers the new voice agent and center display. Data system creates a feedback loop that improves regional performance by learning from users in 180 countries. That's a really wild concept, by the way. Here's a quote from the CTO, John Absmeyer. Real Absmeyer, that's a name right there. Software can be added. An added layer where we can evolve the car over time. We help your Toyota grow old with you.
Ooh, that's an interesting play. It's like
I like the little brand play there.
Yeah, that's an interesting little brand play. This is interesting to hear in a software announcement having an SDK, which is basically developer docs to play with and build on top of the core operating system. I wonder if this is going to open up the access to kind of like build an app store within this where other developers, other software programmers can jump in, because that is that's in my opinion, that's where auto tech moves faster, because you get more people playing in the sandbox. And that's where like even if you think about like Apple and getting closer to how to build their integrations on top of Toyota software, it's a game changer for other applications to be able to easily move within the docs and the systems of that operating system. And I think it'll expose flaws faster and create faster development, which is really where these operating systems need to go. They need to kind of be a home base for other developers to live inside of, create roles, structures, and systems. That's what the Apple App Store has done so well, right? You actually, what's so interesting, and this is where I think if Toyota can win, if you go look at like an Apple app and compare it to the same app developer's Android app, they are significantly different. Typically.
Oh, interesting. I've never had that experience.
And the reason is because Apple has stringent policies on UI, UX design and the structure in which that app is built. I think if a manufacturer can build those types of systems and
that's super smart.
Better development on top.
Yeah, of you avoid that ridiculous CarPlay integration for the Cadillac Escalade.
Woo, got him.
It's terrible.
Came out swinging.
It's terrible. Hey, I don't know what else to tell you. It's terrible. Mary, do something about that, will you? Nathan, our producer, I'm sure it's top of our list. No, they're canceling CarPlay. They want it to be terrible. Nathan, they're succeeding. Nathan mentioned in the comments, the article mentioned just that they are working on that so that people will be able to develop apps for it in the architecture. Personally, I just want navigation to work when I talk to it.
That's it.
I think all the other stuff is a bonus, but sounds like they're in the right direction. I love seeing Toyota come out of the gate. Want our Toyota to grow old with you? I don't know that anybody in most age brackets is trying to grow old, though.
With their car. Except for someone that owns a Subaru.
I mean, I get the romanticism of like, let's grow old together. Like, that's the only time you really, like, you don't talk about any other than a romantic interest. Let's grow old together. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's they're trying to think. Speaking of trying to think.
Segue.
I have so much commentary on this.
I bet you do.
I'm
Tesla
ready.
and Waymo are tackling robotaxis from different angles. Tesla, bold, camera-only tech, only 8 cameras in the entire vehicle. Waymo has all these sensors, has like 30 cameras. So Business Insider did a real-world test in San Francisco, and they handed one a clear win. Waymo's service, active since 2024, uses 29 cameras, 5 LiDARs, 6 radars in a Jaguar I-Pace. Tesla tested it for this test in a Model 3, only 8 external cameras with its full self-drive unsupervised version hasn't launched yet. So they tested this with Tesla's current supervised version. So they made sure they put that up there. Like, this is not the same version that will be in the robotaxis, but they thought it'd be good to test them out. And it was pretty engaging. Link through the article. It's a fun read. So the unsupervised version launching in Austin. This test was done in San Francisco, however. The winding San Francisco words from Twin Peaks to Chase Center. Both systems performed well. It's like a 7-mile deal, I believe, until Tesla's full self-drive ran a red light at a busy intersection.
Oh, boy.
There was no one around, apparently. Like, it wasn't a dangerous situation.
Yeah, they did the test in a pretty.
But they said it stopped, recognized and acknowledged the red light, like on the little camera. You can see the screen. It's like, that's a red light. And then it was like, no one's watching. We're going to go. The Waymo delivered a confident human-like ride, including a lane change that seemed like the rider said it seemed like it was just kind of tired of waiting. It said it was a very human-like moment. And that also said it wasn't shy about like getting through yellow lights, which is cool.
No.
And Alistair Barr of Waymo's proactive driving style said about that, he said, it's got New York cab driver energy.
That was the first thing that I said as I was driving in a Waymo, as I was sitting as a passenger. I was like, oh, this thing's trying to beat the clock. Like, that's what I felt like. It was changing lanes, maneuvering, like going around people that it felt was slow. I felt that more times than not. And it did. It had that. I like the way that Alistair described it, this New York cab driver energy. It was like, no, we're going to get you there. And also, even simple things like pulling up to a red light and recognizing somehow, I don't know how they've done it, like, there's 7 people in this lane. There's 3 people in that lane. I'm going to make a last minute lane change and get over to the 3 people and wait in that red light line, then just kind of like, letting it be. It was really, really cool. So, and I like I said, I was super confident in the drive. Again, I've never been in an FSD with Tesla. I hear a lot of people feel super confident in that. But I will say, to have a bunch of cars running around with spinning tops and whirring sides and, funky things built off the side of them, I just don't think that's long-term practical. So there's got to be a mid-range solution. So we'll see what Tesla comes out with second half of this year.
But there's definitely something to having all that stuff on the car that makes you feel like that one probably knows a little more about what's going on.
That's true. What's going on?
I think it's a little bit this and that. I'll tell you what, if either of those companies can develop a technology that as I'm approaching the grocery store lane will tell me the best one to get in, I would pay good money for that. Speaking of the grocery store lane,
stop. Segue.
I always pick those wrong.
We all know that tariffs are squeezing the retail sector. Home Depot is learning into its U.S.-based supply chain and scale advantage to keep prices steady, even as competitors like Walmart warn of price hikes. Over half of Home Depot's inventory is already sourced domestically, with imports on the decline. They're already declining with those. CFO Richard McPhail says no single foreign country will represent more than 10% of purchases from them within 12 months. That's wild.
That's strong.
Q1 2025 revenue rose 9.4% to $39.9 billion, with average transaction values ticking up slightly to $90.71, which I feel like is low. And maybe that's saying something about me. But the company saw 395 million transactions, a 2.1% increase year over year. CEO Ted Decker said we can see continued customer engagement across smaller projects. So people are leaning in. They're still doing their projects even post-COVID.
Little projects. I think it's just really smart purchasing. Walmart has been known for being overly leveraged in China for a long time. So I think Home Depot's purchasing discipline over time is obviously led them to the point with no more than 9.4% from any country. I think that's just really smart and balanced. So it's just basic diversification law. You know what I mean? Exactly. And so good for Home Depot playing the game well. And it's just automotive.
They were ready
trying to play the same game right now.
And honestly, Home Depot is not at overwhelming prices. They figured out their sourcing strategy. And, I think this is what a lot of retailers are going to be figuring out over the next 6 to 12 months is what's the sourcing strategy and how do I keep profitability high?
Whole new world out there. One thing you don't have to figure out is who needs your attention today. Hey, it's a hint. It's the people. Go out there, serve some people. The business will be just fine if you take care of the people first. See you tomorrow.